UPAP is the Universal Polymorphic Address Protocol. What it means is, in an agnostic way, from what you generate, the secret you generate, what your 24 words mean, they are your private key. Your private key has a public key pair. Every blockchain, irrelevant if it's Bitcoin or Cardano or Ethereum or something else, they just have a unique process where they mutate that public key and they turn that into an address. What UPAP does is it's the rules for how that happens so that anybody can pull a library, because we looked for one and we couldn't find one. We needed to do it. I need to know what your Solana address is, even if you've never imported your secret into a Solana wallet. And what that module can do is, like in the case of a one-way function like Ethereum, you can sign a message. We can extract your actual public key from that. And then we can apply the rules for any other format to figure out what your address would be if you ever did import the secret into a different wallet to use it on a different network. And it goes beyond that, extending the rules to the rules of how transactions should be formed, what the primitives are of them for each format, so that we can do that correctly in the settlement layer. Wire's blocks are polymorphic as well, and can contain and validate transactions or messages signed in any of these formats. And the validators use UPAP as the rule set based on a prefix. So when the validator software sees that, they use UPAP and they go, oh, it's an Ethereum message. I know how to evaluate that and do the terms are EC recover or EC verify. It stands for elliptic curve recover. So from that, I'm going to actually recover a public key, or verify. I already know the public key, and I'm just going to get a true or false if that signature is derived of that public key from the private key. The equivalent of UPAP would be something like HTTP. You've probably seen it in your browser. It's a protocol as well. Stands for Hypertext Transport Protocol. But what it essentially boils down to is irrelevant of the Linux distro running on the server that's going to serve a web app up to you, or an endpoint that's going to respond with information. It contains all the rules to tell your computer what it should be reading and how. So UPAP, in that sense, because your browser in crypto is a lot like it is your wallet. Your wallet is your gateway to crypto. That's how you can use applications that are looking for a signature and data from a blockchain. You need the rule set to tell the wallet how to sign and to read the data from the correct blockchain, all that stuff. So it's just like that.